Before we can truly share our life with someone else, we must first understand who we are at our core. Too often, people rush into relationships without ever pausing to explore their own desires, values, and inner strengths. This lack of self-awareness can lead to dependency, confusion, and a loss of personal direction. When you choose to remain single for a time, you give yourself the space to explore your passions, to discover what inspires you, and to understand what you truly need in life, not just what society tells you to want. It's in this space of solitude that you can experiment, make mistakes, and grow, without the pressure of constantly adapting to someone else's expectations. The more you understand your own boundaries, dreams, and emotional triggers, the better equipped you are to form healthy connections in the future. Being single is not about isolation. It's about building a strong, unshakable foundation so that when you do meet someone, you bring a complete, authentic version of yourself to the table. Individuation is the process of becoming your truest self, separate from the roles and expectations placed on you by family, culture, or relationships. It is about peeling away the layers of who you think you're supposed to be and uncovering the unique, authentic person you already are. When you stay single, you create the time and space needed to explore your own identity without constantly molding yourself to fit another person's needs or worldview. This journey often involves deep self-reflection, confronting uncomfortable truths, and embracing both your strengths and weaknesses. It's a path that encourages you to make choices based on your own inner compass, rather than external pressure. The more you develop your individuality, the more confident and grounded you become, and that inner strength becomes the foundation for every future connection you choose to build. Inner fulfillment is the art of finding peace, joy, and purpose within yourself, rather than depending on others to provide it. Many people fall into the trap of believing that a relationship will complete them or validate their worth, but this often leads to disappointment when the other person cannot meet those unrealistic expectations. Staying single allows you to cultivate a strong inner world, one where your happiness is not at the mercy of someone else's actions or approval. You begin to value moments of solitude, take pride in your personal achievements, and find satisfaction in simply being yourself. This independence creates a deep sense of stability, because your self-worth no longer fluctuates based on how others perceive you. When your sense of fulfillment comes from within, you become less vulnerable to emotional manipulation, more resilient in the face of challenges, and far more selective about the connections you allow into your life. When you are single, you hold complete authority over how you spend your time, energy, and resources, and that freedom can be one of the most powerful tools for personal growth. Without the need to constantly negotiate priorities or compromise your goals for the sake of a relationship, you can fully immerse yourself in learning new skills, exploring different environments, and pursuing passions that might otherwise be put aside. This stage of life gives you permission to take risks, to fail without judgment, and to reinvent yourself as often as necessary. You can travel spontaneously, invest deeply in your career or creative projects, and spend time with people who inspire and challenge you. Growth often requires moments of solitude, reflection, and self-direction, things that are more difficult to achieve when your path is intertwined with another's. The freedom to shape your own journey ensures that when you do eventually share it, it is rich with experiences, lessons, and strength that only come from living life on your own terms. Shadow work is the process of confronting the hidden parts of yourself that you might prefer to ignore, the fears, insecurities, and unresolved wounds that quietly influence your behavior. When you are single, you have the unique opportunity to face these aspects head-on, without the distraction of constantly managing a partner's emotions or expectations. This journey often means looking at past patterns, understanding why you react the way you do, and accepting the less flattering sides of your personality without judgment. It can be uncomfortable, even painful, but it is essential for true self-awareness and healing. By addressing these hidden elements, you free yourself from repeating the same mistakes in future relationships and interactions. The more you integrate your shadow, the more authentic, balanced, and emotionally mature you become, creating a solid foundation for any connection you choose to build later on. When you take the time to develop yourself fully before entering a relationship, you set the stage for deeper and more authentic connections in the future. Instead of seeking someone to fill an emotional void or define your identity, you come into a relationship as a complete, secure individual who chooses to be with another person out of genuine connection, not necessity. This shift in mindset changes the quality of the bond. It becomes based on mutual respect, shared values, and honest communication, rather than dependency or fear of loneliness. Staying single long enough to understand your needs, boundaries, and aspirations ensures that you can recognize and attract partners who align with your true self. In turn, this allows both people to maintain their individuality while building a relationship that is supportive, empowering, and grounded in reality rather than illusion. Projection happens when you unconsciously place your own unmet needs, fears, or desires onto another person, expecting them to fulfill roles or heal wounds they were never responsible for. In relationships, this can create unrealistic expectations and lead to disappointment or conflict when the other person inevitably fails to match the image you've constructed in your mind. Staying single provides the space to identify and understand these tendencies before they have the chance to distort a connection. It allows you to see others more clearly for who they truly are, rather than as reflections of your own inner struggles. By taking responsibility for your emotions and addressing the root causes within yourself, you create the ability to engage with people from a place of authenticity rather than projection. This self-awareness not only protects your future relationships from unnecessary strain, but also fosters healthier, more genuine interactions in every area of your life. Choosing to stay single is not a rejection of love, but a commitment to building the strongest, truest version of yourself before sharing your life with someone else. It is an act of courage to embrace solitude, to grow without constant validation, and to confront the parts of yourself that need healing. This season of independence is not wasted time. It is the fertile ground where your identity, purpose, and resilience take root. When you finally choose to invite someone into your life, it will not be out of fear, loneliness, or need, but out of strength, wholeness, and a deep desire to share the life you've created. In the end, staying single can be one of the most powerful investments you make, not just in your future relationships, but in your own soul.